Another fine Monday morning. Another fine Monday morning. Today is going to be a stretch day specifically. We'll actually do some reading from the Becoming a Supple Leopard by Dr. Kelly Starrett. Where'd my iPad go? Here's the book. I know it's reversed for you guys. If you want to take a look at this book, though, it's pretty thick. All right, as you can see, that's the iPad there. There's the book. All right. And I've actually gotten some very good value out of that book in my own flexibility and my own mobility. And it's important. So we'll go ahead and get the chat pulled up here on the iPad. I had some weird stuff going on with the iPad yesterday where I just didn't understand why it wasn't working proper. But we'll see if it works this morning proper, yeah? Eddie, good morning. Good to see you. Have a great day as well, my friend. All right, now we've got the view that I want it to be. That's so funny. I couldn't get this view yesterday. All right. Eddie, you're going to stretch with me this morning? All right. Thank you for the thumbs ups, folks. There you go. So we'll get to that here in a second. But why? Let's talk a little bit about this real quick. Why do we stretch? Why do I stretch? I think I could do that. Good. Eddie, take a look at this book also. Just when you flip through it, you don't have to read cover to cover. I use it more as a reference manual of, okay, I've got something going on with my lower back. I've got something going on with my hip. I got something going on with my upper back. I'll flip through those pages, and the idea is for it to give me an idea of, hey, try this stretch, try this mobility routine, try this movement so that you can get better flexibility and mobility in that spot. Yeah. So, yeah, take a look. The link to it is in the description. So, if you click on the description, scroll down, you should see Becoming a Supple Leopard, I think is what I put in the description, and the link, an Amazon link. Get it right there. And if you got Prime, you get 5% off, right? So, that's a good thing as well. Let's see. I will tell the local library to order it for me. Yeah, no kidding. That's a great idea. Yeah, show them the link. Show them the link. Yeah, or email them a link, or just click on the link and you order it. That way, it's your book, and you can write on it, take notes on it as you see fit. The library is a good idea too. All right, so let's go ahead and do some jumping jacks. We're going to just warm up, and then we'll get right into our stretching. So I like to do jumping jacks to warm up because it gets the blood flowing. It's good for the bones also. That it's not a hard shock, it's not a hard jolt, right? But what it's doing when you do jumping jacks, it's helping you make your bones denser. That's why we have children, right? If you got kids, you have them jump up and down, right? Maybe you did, maybe you didn't, but that's definitely a good thing. All right. So sneakers are slightly untied right now because they're coming off in a moment. Actually, might just take them off now. But jumping jacks, 4 count jumping jacks. So 1, 2, 3, 1. That's one repetition. I'll count the cadence and the repetitions. All right. So our library ships books to us for free. Oh, they even rent movies and games free as well. Oh, that's awesome to hear. Lucas, let's go. Join us on this stretch day. Yeah. Great to see you, Lucas. Thanks for stopping in. Oh, my magnets are being all weird. All right, let's see here. Cool. All right, jumping jacks. Ready? Begin. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 2. 1, 2, 3, 3. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 5. 2, 3, 6. 1, 2, 3, 7. 8. 1, 2, 3, 9. 1, 2, 3, 10. 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3, 2. 2, 3, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. 1, 2, 3, 6. 1, 2, 3, 7. 8, 1, 2, 3, 9, 1, 2, 3, 10. 1, 1, 2, 3, 2. 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 1, 2, 3, 6. 7, 1, 2, 3, 8. 1, 2, 3, 20. 20 jumping jacks. That's a good warm up, right? Sometimes I'll do 50. Sometimes I'll do 100. Right? I have been a fan of the burpees. Good, Eddie. Do them. Stretch. you hear it. All right. I do want to do some more jumping, or stand up work before we sit on the floor and start it. So let's do some movement here, just to warm up again. Twisting side to side. I've been watching these feng shui videos. My Facebook feed is full of fitness stuff, and this maybe it's Tai Chi has been popping up in the feed a lot. So arm circles. We'll do static stretch in just a moment. We'll let the chat, we'll let the viewers pop in. That way they don't miss. I know a couple of people from yesterday's live stream said they're going to join this morning. I don't see them yet, and we'll get a few more viewers. Start. We call these press flings. Press, fling. 2, press, fling. 3, press, fling. 4, press, fling. 5, press, fling. 6, fling. 7, and then I forgot what these are called. Good mornings. 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 3, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 5. Okay. Roll the neck around. Deep squat and up. Deep squat and up 2. Deep squat and up 3. Deep squat and up 4. Deep squat and up 5. 6, 7, 8, 9. And we're going to hold it down here and just chill. All right. As low as you can go. You need to spread out your toes a little bit so it's easier, then do that. All right. Just chill down here. Like I don't have balance, grab a weight. Lean forward. Move side to side in this position. We're waking up the muscles, we're moving a little bit. Try something a little bit different by doing a more active warm-up before we get into static stretching. Before I would static stretch, I would go run for a mile on the treadmill, fast, at a 6-minute mile pace. Yes, that was 10 years ago. Not anymore. Not anymore. Now that I'm in my 50s, everything is a lot tighter. Yeah. I'm trying. Have lost, what'd you say, 7 pounds over 2 months. Good, Eddie. Part of that's your diet, what you eat, all right, what you consume. All right, touch your toes, back up. Once again, we're just getting the blood flowing. Getting the blood flowing. Basic movements. All right, basic movements for you. All right, step forward, like a lunge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Side bend, side to side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Reach the sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stretch tall. All right, all the way down. Squat. Deep squat. Bend. Come up. Open up the back. And up and open. It's like a big, arcing movement that we're doing. So from the side, stretching down, right? Come up, here, breathe. See what I'm doing there? Like I'm arcing back kind of, right? One more, three more. So touch your toes, squat down, stand. Hips are forward, lean back. Feel like I'm unrolling a newspaper over your body. Yeah, your compressed position here. Hamstrings. I'm getting the back. Now you switch it around. One more. Touch toes, squat down. Touch toes again. Curl up. Open. Whew. It gets harder the older you get. That's right, Eddie. That's right, guys. Now lean back. This is the body flight position that I want you to use when you're indoor skydiving. Like a banana. Just like that. All right. I'm actually starting to sweat a little bit, huh? This is good stuff, chat. This is good stuff. Sebastian's here. Good to see you, Sebastian. Valdez Bastia. Great to see you. Arm circles one more time. 1, 2, 1, 2, forward. Backwards. You guys ready to do some static stretching now? Let's do it. I'm ready to do some static stretching. I'm ready to do some static stretching. Let's change the camera angle around just a little bit. Good. That's where we want to be. I'm going to go shoeless. When I do these, first thing, actually, we're going to go barefoot. We're going to go no shoes, ankle stretches. So knees are forward, toes are forward. Yeah. You're going to lean your knees forward. Keep the weight, your body weight, on the outside of your feet. Feel the stretch in your ankles. I'm going to hold that for a few seconds. Go now, toes are in, turn your toes inwards. Same thing, weight is on the outside of the foot. Stretch your ankles. Switch it out. Toes are out, pointing outward now. Turn your toes out. Weight is on the outside of your foot. Stretch down. You're going to feel different parts of your ankles start to get stretched. All right. And it's a static stretch. We're not bouncing in any of these stretches, not today. All right. So next one is step foot forward. Good morning, Dan. Good to see you, my friend. Bonjour. To show you what I did from the side, right? All I did was take a step forward with my left foot, about 1 foot length apart. Yeah. Shoulder width is still, or feet are still shoulder width apart, but just like this. Weight is on the outside of the feet, and I'm going to squat down slowly, knees forward. The weight, I feel it more on the back ankle. And then I'm going to turn my toes in, same thing. And then come back to the stretch, toes out, weight is still on the outside of my foot. Squat down slightly, yeah. From the front view, I'm going to switch feet this time. Foot's forward, feet are shoulder width apart. Squat down, now it's on, I feel the stretch of my left foot. Turn your toes in, once again, and turn your toes out, once again. Let's go a little bit wider of a stance. All right. Wider stance, weight is on the outside of the foot. Feet are about just wider than shoulder width apart. I'm going to squat down slowly with my knees pointing over my toes. I can really feel a deeper stretch now in the ankle. Everything is progression. Remember, everything is progression. How does this sound to you? By the way, the microphone's all the way over there is why. And am I speaking loud enough, or would you like me to speak to get it closer? Toes are turned in now. Stretch. Turn the toes out. Weight is on the outside of the foot. Turn, stretch. Good. Relax. Let's do some calf stretching with the calf board. I might be taking my socks off. I've not done this with the socks on. We'll focus on the calf board though. This is the calf board. The link to this particular one is in the description below. Right? It's nice. It's adjustable from a high angle, like shallow angle, higher angle, and locks in place for safety. My original calf board was a very dynamic one. I'll show that to you. Which you can make as well. You can make it. Let's put it like that. Here's my old calf board. You can make this. Trim down a 2x4, right? A piece of 1x8 with grip tape. And this rocks. It's very unstable of a position. It has its pluses and minuses. Yeah. I mean, everything has pluses and minuses. I decided to go with a more static stretch board now. I typically prefer to do this with no socks on, because I'll just slip out of my socks because the grip tape's grippy. I'm getting a pretty good stretch here without my socks coming fully off. So we're going to hold this right now. We'll turn the timer on also. I'm going to go 1 minute stretching this morning. We'll do 1 minute stretch. So I can set this timer up and the chat on at the same time by sliding it over here on the iPad. Smart web timer. Back it up. We're going to go 1 minute. Okay. Start timer and play. Move this over to the side there. All right. Let's go to the floor now. Put the sneakers off to the side. We'll do one more thing here before we sit on the floor. Fix this angle. There we go. And there. So you can see me better. And I did that right. If you don't have a ground pad, this is a good one. I think this is better than those yoga mats that are really skinny, that roll up, that deteriorate over time. Why? This thing's like 23 years old. This is a 23-year-old, military issued mat. The only thing that's wrong with it was the strap busted off of it, which I still have. I have one of the two straps left over. So, yeah. All right, we're going to do some static stretching on the floor now. Let's get things set up here. All right. Dog, I need that board. I got injured and stopped squatting. Now my mobility is bad. Dude, check it out. It's on Amazon. Check it out. I put the Amazon link in the description. This one that I use. I like this one. It's cheap. It's economical. Compared to, I've seen these for like $100. It's like, really? Did a search. It's just a piece of wood. It's like, I was so irritated to see it for $100 that I thought, I'm just going to make my own. But then I saw it for $25 and, it's like, at that point, with the hinge, this is actually a decent quality design. I like this calf board a lot. So it's a very good calf board, like I said. And you could reverse and do different positions on it. But I like that better than standing on a stack of books or standing on the steps or standing on weights. And you can put it in your bag and take it to the gym with you if you so desire, and then sell it to somebody there for $100 and buy another one for $25. I think this one was $24.99 or $29.99. All right, first stretch we're going to do on the floor is lean forward. So yoga sit, right? Yoga sit, and you're just going to lean forward as best as you can. If this is the most you can do, then hold there. Only stretch to a pain level of 7, right? And I'm going to set a timer here, 10-second countdown right now, to give us 1 minute of stretching. At the 50-second mark, it's going to say 10 seconds left or something like that. And then we're going to get out of the stretch, give ourselves 10 seconds for the blood to flow back into the muscles that were stretched, and then move on to the next stretch. But we're going to be switching legs and doing the same thing here in just a moment. So just lean forward and breathe. When you stretch, only stretch to a pain level of 7. Don't stretch past pain level 7. So breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. There are several physiological advantages to breathing through your nose instead of mouth breathing. Look it up. Don't believe me? Look it up. What are those benefits? Well, nitrous oxide is introduced into the air that you breathe, which helps absorption into your lungs of the oxygen, which helps absorption into your blood. All right, I'm gonna come out of it. I'm gonna switch. Let's let the blood flow go back in. Switch sides and down. Stretch. Relax into the stretch. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. I've read a few different studies where it says 25% oxygen absorption, improved oxygen absorption when you breathe in through your nose. I've also heard 15% more oxygen absorption when you breathe in through your nose. Well, looking at those statistics, right? I always take statistics with a grain of salt because, 92% of all statistics are made up on the spot. See what I did there? Thank you very much, Dan. I appreciate you. That's OCPC. And everybody, especially if you got a blue, link, blue shield, click on each other's links so that you can support each other. Dan is an PC overclocker. Very good channel over there. I actually learned some pretty cool stuff over in this channel. Switch feet again. We're gonna do a lean to the side. So I'm holding my toes, elbows on the floor. I'm just gonna lean over, let my head dangle onto the side there, and I feel a stretch of my neck. And then I'm gonna add by pushing my leg on my thigh to feel the stretch of my hip just a little bit. Breathe. USS Liberty, Iran-Contra affair. Good to see you. I'm here for an hour or so. Excellent. Stretch with me, Liberty. Stretch it out, chat. Let's go. We're going to switch sides. So switch legs. Let's go like this. And then lean to the left. Let's see what Dan's writing here while I'm stretching. I should put my glasses on too, so I can see better. Set your own timer also, chat. Set your own timer. Why? So you know how long you're stretching for. Got 2 of the 7 video cards working. 1 GPU is fired. Need new core, unfortunately. Oh, man. Well, congratulations on that. Hey, 2 is better than 1, right? 2 is better than 0. That's pretty awesome. So then the question now, Dan, now that you repair those 2 and you know what's wrong with the other 5, are the parts on those other 5 still salvageable? Can you Frankenstein parts from one GPU to another? Or not even worth it? Yeah, autocorrect, lol. All good, brother. All good. 10 seconds. And we're going to go into butterfly stretch now. So feet together. You don't have to bring your heels all the way to your groin, right? If you can, great. Good on for you, right? And then lean forward. Try to touch your nose to your toes. Nose to toes. I can't do that. I can't bring my groin all the way in. You got to be out a little bit further. Stretch to a pain level 7. Once you're at a 7, hold it there and breathe in through your nose. All right. Breathe in through your nose. Out through your mouth. What you're also doing when you breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth, when you nasal breathe, is you are activating your parasympathetic nervous system, which is your rest and digest, which allows for better blood flow as well. Versus your fight or flight nervous system, which is your sympathetic nervous system, when you're mouth breathing, when you're doing something, when you're running away from the saber-toothed tiger that's about to eat you, right? Or when you're about to stand your ground, right? Your mouth breathe because you're ready to do battle with this tiger. All right, from here, we're going to do some windshield wipers. So the way we set up for it, I'll do a side view so you can see better. Or an angle view, right? Like this. Happy Bunnies, good to see you. All right. Stretch with me. Join me. Come on. So we set up by bringing the knees up and touching our heels with our fingertips, right? Now lay back, same thing, right? I gotta be able to touch my heels. I can't touch them, so I'm bringing these up a little bit higher. Good, touch my heels now. I'm gonna take both knees, lay it to the right side to start. Yeah, lay it to the side to start, and then I'll take my bottom leg and stack it on top of the top leg and stretch. Some of you may you need assistance in pushing your leg down. You can grab a weight plate, right, and stack it on your leg. So just like this, and we're gonna stretch for a minute. Relax into the stretch. Breathe once again. In through your nose and out through your mouth, activating your parasympathetic nervous system, allowing 20% of better oxygen absorption into your bloodstream. And why do we want more oxygen in our bloodstream? Why do we want 15% better oxygen absorption into our lungs and into our blood? Because when we are stretching our muscles, we are elongating them, we are making them tighter, right? So let's say these are your muscle fibers, you stretch them apart, right? What happens? You decrease the blood flow. Speaking of blood flow, it's come out of that. You should feel the blood flow go back into those muscles. We're going to switch sides, touch your heels. We're going to lay onto the left side now, stack your feet on your knee, stack your foot onto your knee, and stretch. So we are elongated muscles. We are not cutting off the blood flow supply. We're just simply decreasing it. It's like when you pull on rope, right? What happens to the fibers inside the rope? They tighten. You can feel the rope get harder, right? Well, that's what's happening with your muscles. You are effectively decreasing the blood flow for a short period of time, no more than 2 minutes. What's the longest you should hold your breath for? Don't say until you pass out. 4 minutes, and then you start to kill brain cells, right? We don't want to have any deficits. Although I have heard people say, "Oh yeah, you can hold that stretch for 5 minutes." A stretch for 5 minutes. That's a really long time to stop blood flow to a muscle. I do not like that. For me, I do not like that for you. No more than 2 minutes is what I say. But we're actually doing 1 minute stretches anyway. Next stretch is a leg over. Left knee, 90 degrees. Lean over like this. Try to touch your knee to the floor without bringing your shoulders up. You'll be able to get there eventually. Yeah, eventually. When I first started doing this was my flexibility. I am now lower, and I'm feeling this in my upper glute and my lower back. All right, let's read the chat. All right, let's see here. Happy Bonnie's is here. Sir Jason, mega love. Shout out to you also. Done like so much. Thank you so much. Happy. What I want you to do though is I want you to stretch. I want you to stretch with me. Oh. Happy Ibani is joining us from the Philippines. Salamat po host. She has a very nice live stream as well. I haven't seen you live in a long time for some reason. Let's see. Make sure my notifications for you are on. Yeah, they're on. So odd. The YouTube sometimes, I should have switched, but we're gonna do that now. So here to here, same thing. We're now leg over on the left side. Breathe. And as always, do your own research. You may find that some of the information, a piece of the information, one piece of information may be incorrect that I'm passing to you. And if it is incorrect, let me know. I mean, part of being flexible in the body is also being flexible in the mind and open to new ideas. All right. Doesn't mean you have to believe those ideas. All right. And just because I'm a talking head saying things doesn't mean that I'm 100% accurate. You could come back and say, "Hey, Jason, it's actually this." And I'll be open to that. Say, "Oh, wow, did not know that." Pause this. We're going to get up and turn over. I saw something where somebody was doing quad stretch first and then cobra. But I've always done it where I go cobra first and then quad stretch. So let's do cobra first, like I usually do. Unpause. Cobra stretch. Here and up, like so. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. Want a deeper stretch? Put a plate underneath your feet, like Coolbelt said before the other day. But I'm fine here. This is still a pretty good stretch for me. Really feeling the stretch in my lower back, which is being compressed right now. Stretching. You now go into quad stretch. All right. Oh, did you hear that click in my ankle? Let's see here. I don't know what you wrote there. Something got translated. I think that's what that symbol means. So, good morning. Good to see you, Hussein Abasi. Thank you for joining and stretching with me. So lean back into the stretch. Quad stretch. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. We're going to come out of it here. All right. Iran, where'd you run to? Where are you running from? All right. Next stretch is a front hurdler stretch. Left leg is forward, just leaning into the stretch. Chest is up this time. I'm on my knee. Stretching the hip flexor, the right hip flexor. Always breathing in through my nose, out through my mouth. Stretching to a pain level of 7. Once you're at a pain level 7, hold that stretch at 7 and breathe. You'll discover that that pain level 7 will subside and decrease to a pain level of 6. Once it reaches to a 6, try to stretch a little bit more into the stretch and go back to a 7. So we are going from 7 to 6, 7 to 6. Switching sides. Actually, yeah, let's switch sides. So I'm on my knee this time and my foot leaning forward, stretching that left hip flexor out now. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Relax. All right. Now we're going to switch feet again. We're going to do an ITB stretch. Your feet looks like this. So I'm going to do it backwards like this so you can see what I'm doing. And I'm turning and I'm stretching out. I think it's the ITB or the piriformis or both. There's so many muscles in the glute. I'm feeling it in my glute now too. But we're stretching like this. Correct me. What's the correct term? Good. Stretch in this position. Look it up and tell me what I should be calling this that we're stretching. I mean, I'm feeling it right here. I'm feeling it in my glute. For those of you that have flexible glutes, you may feel it differently. hold this a little bit longer. All right, we're going to come out of it and go to the other side. So right leg forward. Going to twist into it. And relax into the stretch. Once again, the glute is being stretched out. Or the piriformis or the ITB. There's a stretch we used to do in training that is similar to this, where it looks like we're stretching, but we're sleeping because we're so tired. Sleep stretch, I think we called it ITB. Like intertibial band or something like that, intratibial band. All right, stretching here. Come out of it. Next stretch is a hurdler stretch. Side view. Looks like this. Toe is up this time. We're going to switch sides on the next stretch. Relax into it. I'm not envious of all the sleep deprivation that you had to go through, but yeah, you know, that's part of training though. You know, that's part of training. That was a requirement to do it, you know, particularly during Hell Week. And once Hell Week was done, that was the only time it was only 1 week's worth of sleep deprivation, really. I mean, the rest of training, we actually, when we were done for the day, we were done for the day. Sometimes we had night ops, of course, and we still had to get up early the next day. But that was what we had to do to become what we wanted to become. You know? That was the job. That's what we were getting paid to do. I remember during Hell Week, standing underneath the boats at the cafeteria. I fell asleep, but I was balanced. You know, it was too difficult to do once I joined the tall boat crew, because all the other Smurfs in my boat crew got hurt or quit. The short people were called Smurfs. So then they put me with the tall crew, where I couldn't reach the bottom of the boat that was on our heads with my head. So I had to hold it up with my hands. So yeah, my arms got very strong holding stuff up all the time. Switch sides again. We're gonna go and do toe down this time. All right, stretching it out, chat. Good job. Keep it up. Halfway there. We're going to switch sides in just a moment. All right, switch sides at the 10-second mark. Debbie, hello. The Debbiest of Debbies is here. Good morning, Debbie. How are you today? I hope you're stretching with me. I hope you're here to stretch with me. We're going to stretch out the inner groin right now. Toe is down on this stretch. I'm going to weld and fabricate that black lift bar behind you. That cool looking. Oh yeah, the trap bar. Yeah, do it. It's great for old man deadlifting. And of course for doing, trap raises. I can demonstrate that for you here in a little bit, Liberty. give you a closer look so you can see. But I think it's on the ends for the barbells. That's a 2-inch opening on these on my plates. It's a standard Olympic size plate, which has a 2-inch opening. Okay. Of course, if you have home weights, which are 1 inch in diameter, then you have to fabricate it differently. All right, next thing we're gonna do is a split stretch. So it's forward and back, like so. Relax into the stretch. Wow, I'm on my knuckles now. I'm at a pain level 7 now, so I'm just gonna hold this here. And breathe. And there are different designs for trap bars as well. Mine happens to have those extra stands on it on the bottom. Some are also flat switching sides where it doesn't have that stand. This one is from Rogue Fitness, if you want to look at the specs. And you could always just Google it, trap bar. Here, I'll find one for you real quick. I'll take a pause from stretching. Coming out of it. Okay. I'm gonna relax the muscles for a moment. All right, that one is from the Roadhouse. What do I look like, Claude Van Damme to you? Oh, good morning. You all right?
3 more hours of sleep.
Oh, they're gonna be here in like 15 minutes, aren't they?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Well, it's just him, remember?
Oh yeah, maybe he'll arrive at 9 or so.
I'm making my coffee. I completely forgot the creamer. Can I get some of your milk?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. Take as much as you want of my milk. Yeah, drink as much of my if you want of my milk.
Which didn't happen? What is it? You never stand up.
You're funny.
Alright, I'm gonna get my coffee and
Okay, babe.
shower.
Cool. I love you too. Good morning.
Huh?
Good morning.
Morning.
All right. Wow, this one, Trap Bars of Steel, Amazon Basics Olympic. Here's one. Let's see here. This looks like the one that I have. But yeah, try to make this one. Trap bar. Check it out. Liberty, here it goes. Paste. There you go. Send. You may be like, I'm just gonna buy it. It's that cheap, but it's a cheap one. It's an Amazon brand. Yeah. It's an Amazon trap bar. All right, let's move on to some frog stretches. What does a frog stretch look like? Frog stretch, we'll do this. Let's actually change the angle a little bit now that we're no longer on the floor. All right. I'm going to stand at attention. Heels are touching. I'm going to squat down. Knees are going outward over the toes. I'm going to grab my heels with my hands and try to touch my head to the floor. Oh, and we also need to turn on the Timer. Cool. Thanks, man. Oh, you're very welcome. GBK. Hanks Reed. Good to see you. Thanks for dropping in. Said hi. I appreciate you. All right, slide over. Where is my timer app? Boom. There it is. And there it goes there. Close the keyboard. Goes over there. Unpause. Now we're just leaning forward. I like that. You got a frog head. Lean forward. When I do this, I feel this actually in my lower back. I'm feeling this in my lower back, as well as my groin. Once again, pain level 7. If you're already at a pain level 7, just hold it. Breathe. Ten more seconds in this position. Remember, when you come out of a stretch, come out of it slowly. No need to go and rush. We're going to stand up. Nice and easy. Feet are going to go shoulder width apart, and we're going to lean back down again. I actually got a little lightheaded that time. And touch your toes. I'm going to stand in tension deficit disorder. Do it. Do it. All right. Touching the toes. That's all we're doing. Just touching toes, leaning forward. If you have to bend your knees slightly, then do so, But once again, just go to a pain level of 7, no further than that. After this stretch, we're going to do a wide hamstring stretch. So come out of it slowly once again. I found if I stand up too fast and from that position, I'll get lightheaded. It's like blood is rushing around in my brain or something. Why it does that? No idea, but it does. All right. So touching the toes once again, touching the feet might be a little bit easier to get into. I'm wearing socks today because I got a little. It's not a cut, but the callus started to rip on my foot in one little spot. It's like I caught it on a hook or something. And it's like a tiny little spot that I haven't really put medicine on. In fact, I haven't put any medicine on it. I'm just letting it heal naturally. But yeah, that's how you lose your toe, right? Gangrene sets in. All right. From here, we're gonna do split stretch. We'll come out of this for a second and move right into the splits. Go as far as you can. This is as far as I can. Breathe. From here, we're going to go into a straddle stretch. I'm just going to sit back onto my bum. Oh, yeah. There it goes. Straddle stretch. Lean forward. Breathe. Don't forget to breathe, chat. Yeah, I'm at a 7 right here. This is it. A little further. Okay, there. I went from a 6, now back at a 7. Come out of it slow. Oh my God. Bend the knees up to come out of it. Letting the blood flow go back into the muscles. So we're going to pause that timer. Actually, we're going to let it go. We're going to let the blood flow back into the muscles. Like this. Pause the timer. By laying down and breathing. Just getting a good breath in. Okay. Ready to go with the timer this time. A little bit of a meditation, if you will. We're going to give ourselves another minute in this position, chat. Breathe in through your nose. Also, when you breathe in through your nose, fill your diaphragm first. The bottom of the diaphragm, think of it like from that perspective of filling up the bottom of your diaphragm first. Then breathing in, you're filling up the top of it. And then now you're filling the bottom of your lungs. And then the top of your lungs. And then keep breathing until you fill your head with oxygen. Do not just breathe into your lungs. Breathe into the diaphragm. And when you do that, you'll get 7% more oxygen absorption into your blood. Once again, 95% of all statistics are made up on the spot. All right, let's do some side bends. I'm gonna fix my sock first because it got all roly-poly. All right. Curious to know if you can still hear me if I put the microphone all the way at my waist. Can you still hear me? Is it still decent as if it were up here? All right, some side bends, Jack. Put you off to the side for now. Some side bends. The way I set up for this is I'll squat down slightly, get my forearm into my hip like so. I'm going to take my other arm and lean it over my head and let my head hang to the side. Completely relax my neck so my head hangs. And I'm stretching out my lat. And in this case, my left side. We got 4 people watching the stream. Thank you so much for stretching with me this morning. How's the volume? Again, I put the microphone at my hip. Just curious to see if it works good there. Now my arm is in my hip to support me. I could do it like this, but it doesn't feel good. So I do this to give me some support, structure, because I want to feel the stretch here. Oh, come out of it. Let the blood flow go back into the body. Whoa. I'm going to switch sides. Here, other side. Relax. Yeah, I think today's going to be a rest day. We're not going to exercise today. Stretching is a form of exercise also. But I'm going to take it easy today. Come out of it. Oh, Anthony Blaze, Yankee Tango. Where's your underscore, bro? Is it still raining for you, Anthony Blaze? Thanks for stopping in, my friend. I appreciate you. Now we go into some shoulder mobility. Actually, we're going to do some other mobility with the book this morning also. I want to work my hip a little bit longer today. But I want to sit on the bench and do these movements. So let's focus in on the bench. My wife and I were discussing this yesterday, and I'm going to get a new toy. We're going to start doing some saving for this new toy because we want to get a different rack. Something with some pulleys so that we can do other exercises that she wants to do, which I'm completely fine with getting. We're going to mount this on the wall here. All right, shoulder stretches. Oops. No, wait. No 12th like. No rain. All right, just getting to work. Oh, wow. You got to sleep in this morning, Anthony Blaze. That's cool. All right, so on pause, arm across the chest like so. Oh, we had a baby calf yesterday. No kidding. Right on. That's pretty cool to hear. Thank you for sharing that. I mean, seriously. Now the baby calf for the farm or from a pet perspective, are you going to sell it? I'm going to show that. What a surprise. She's been pregnant since November. It's a white cow with brown ears and black nose. Oh, cute. That's cool. Now, will you keep this new calf as a pet or sell it? Or will they become part of the farm for milk, you think? Switch sides. Okay. Appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much. And sharing your story. Share something positive. Chat. That's pretty cool. Anthony Blaze, tell me something good that you did today so far. Or if it's you're just getting started with your day. How about yesterday? In fact, speaking of which, that reminds me, whenever I would pick my son up from school when he was in middle school and elementary school, instead of asking, "Oh, how was your day? How are you doing?" I would ask him, I would ask my son, "How were you nice to someone today?" And it made him actually think about how he was nice to somebody. "Oh, I gave so and so my eraser because they ate it." "Oh, okay." "Yeah, I gave so and so a crayon because they ate their crayon." you know. Okay, a little bit. Didn't feel like going in early. I hear that, man. We're probably gonna sell it since it's a bull, unfortunately. But we have another cow that's pregnant currently. Oh, right on. Right on. Never really think about it, but I mean, cows are clearly steaks, right? And so, are cows are steaks that we eat? Are they mostly male cows or female cows, or it depends? Yesterday was busy. Yeah, no kidding. Yesterday was busy for me too, Anthony. For me too. All right, we gotta release, let the blood flow. I could really feel that. I really decrease the circulation in my in my blood when I do that stretch in my shoulder. But yeah, never really thought about it. But is this a boy cow or a girl cow? I mean, you can't taste the difference, especially if people slather a bunch of spices and A1 sauce on it. When I cook a steak, I only cook it with salt, sea salt, pepper, That's it. I'll pan fry also actually, because I like to keep the juices in the pan, which turns into a nice sauce, which I put over rice. Yeah, I eat steak and rice, Filipino style. Sometimes if I'm feeling up to it, I'll cook. I'll saute onions in there with the garlic. You know, steak. You don't need seasoning. That's how I like to cook mine. I like to cook it with salt and pepper. And we usually get our steaks from what do you call it? From Sam's Club. They're thicker. They're more economical. Maybe out where you're at, it's more abundant. We live in. It's not quite rural, but it's building up to be city-like. So you probably get fresher steaks than I do. I don't come to think about it. I don't even think we have a butcher in Virginia Beach that we can go to for fresh steaks. We used to have a fish butcher, get fresh seafood from there all the time, but they shut down. D&M Seafood is what their name was. Yeah, wow. Talk about old school. Let's see here. So we're gonna go pec stretch, pec shoulder stretch. Thumb is up like this when I stretch it. Thumb is up, right? Next one, I'll rotate it down. We'll do this both sides. Yeah, no, I agree. Good steaks, you don't need seasoning, but I like to put seasoning on mine. Like when you go to the restaurant and order a steak, do you say no seasoning, or do you have them do whatever? If you're going to Outback, I remember eating an Outback steak one time. It was so salty. They put way too much salt. I sent it back, and the chef came out and was like, "Oh, are you just saying that because you ate too much blooming onion and you can't eat your steak anymore?" I was like, Get out of here, dude! Really? Your steak is too salty. You eat it. I'm not gonna eat this, and I ain't paying for it. They're all mad. Ribeyes are my choice. New York strip, medium rare. Medium rare. I agree. I like my steak medium rare as well. My wife likes her steak well done. Well done. Now, a steak can be cooked too well done. I agree to that too. Cool Bell, good to see you. Good morning. Thanks for dropping in. 10:30 p.m. for Cool Bell out there in Australia. All right, so thumb is going to go down this time, and we're going to stretch like that. Oh yeah, it's a different stretch right there. Now I want steak. You know what, brother? Me too. I might stop by the market and get a steak tonight for dinner. What did my wife get last time? I think she got New York strips last time. I prefer ribeye, so. Have you ever had chicken? The forest mushrooms taste chicken if you season it right. Chicken the forest? Mushrooms? Tastes like chicken if you season it right. No, I've not had chicken. I think I'm not sure exactly what you're referring to, Liberty. Took a nappy nap, woke up and saw that you were on. Nice. Lol. Switch sides. We're on the right side now as well. Well, thank you for taking a moment to stop on in, Cool Bell. If you're ready to go back to sleep, also, you know, get that rest. When the body needs a rest, the body needs. I woke up at 6 a.m. this morning, and I thought because of my alarm, but I woke up. I felt completely refreshed, and I thought to myself, I'm gonna go back to sleep. So I went to the bathroom, laid back down, and the sun was already starting to beam through. And I was like, I'm not sleeping. 24 minutes of laying there. I should have just got up because now that was 24 minutes of daylight that I wasted, right? Naps are good when your body needs a nap. Your body knows. All right, coming out of the stretch. Next stretch, we're going to do some mobility this morning. Pick a body part. If there's something specific you want me to look up in the book. Yeah? All right, so from here. All right, let's see. I'm building a whole separate greenhouse just for mushrooms. Oh, chicken mushrooms. Interesting. Right on. Heck yeah. Yeah, I had a 4-hour live stream yesterday, chat. Yeah, we went 4 hours yesterday where I installed a vault inside my wife's Bronco. And then she's like, "Hey, since you're working on the car right now, do you think you install this license plate holder?" And so I had to remove the slider. I think it's called the rock slider, that front. And then found some bolts of where these go. It's a heavy duty license plate holder. The stock license plate holder that the vehicle came with, it was you have to drill into the body, and I'm like, we don't like that. She didn't really want to do that. All right, we're gonna do some neck stretching now. No, forearms. I switched it up. You do necks after. So forearms. Let's see. Lol, I'm always tired, so sleep doesn't really help me as much. That's fun. That's funny. I know when I take a nap, I feel refreshed. Do you feel refreshed though? At least after you take a nap. I want my backyard to be like the Garden of Eden. Crops and free food everywhere. Oh wow, that would be amazing, Liberty. That would be amazing. Well, shoot, you live in a farm. I mean, you got cows over there, right? So that shouldn't be too hard. I guess cultivating it and doing all the things to it would be hard. I don't know. I'm not a farmer. I take for granted that I get my food from a grocery store. I do recognize that there are hardworking people that's doing that for us. But yeah, somewhat refreshed. Good, right? Good. Yeah. Oh wow, forearm stretch. That's really good, especially after all those forearm exercises that we did the other day. Somebody was in the chat. They saw the wrist roller that my son made, and they're like, I want to make that too. Was that you, Liberty? Liberty's going to make a trap bar. All right, come out of it. Wow, that's good. All right, let's do some of these. Some thumbs and then fingers. We're going to do 5 seconds on each finger. Actually timing it this time. Refresh to the point where I can function. Good, at least, right? You got to at least. I gotta work on sitting with my posture a little bit better instead of hunching over all the time. Liberty says they have the Chinese robot. You can buy that, mow your lawn, but I don't really feel the reverse engineering their spyware. I'll just build one myself, then it doesn't have any of their installs. Yeah, right? No kidding. Hey, you know what? Why did those two U.S. Navy vessels, collide out there in the in Southeast Asia area a few years ago? Seriously, all the parts being made in China. I mean, my cell phone's made in China. There's something there that I agree. All right, neck exercise. We're gonna go ahead and do some stretching with our necks. All right. How does the audio sound? By the way, I've got the microphone on my waist today instead of on my shirt. Trying something different, seeing if you guys can hear me good still. I think I should just set up a boom mic so it's directly above me when I'm talkie. Rotate. Maybe someday. Maybe someday this will be a full blown studio for YouTube. I'm a gear guy too, anyway. You know, you guys know that. Halfway there. You know, we've talked about doing a horizontal stream so that you can see more. All right, rotate. Next is laying on my belly. So we're gonna have to move the microphone. We'll put it on the floor. Oh, excuse me. Rotate. Put you guys over here. The audio is okay. We can hear you, which is all that matters. Good. Thank you very much, Cool Bell. Another place is you can move it to the top of your shoulder. Ah, yeah, true. Very true. He's got the magnets, right? Gonna add a little bit of weight to my neck stretch, which is also good for my upper back. Gonna do some twist stretching, neck twists. Switch sides. I better change out the sand in my pool filter. I've got a sand pool filter, and it's been about 6 years. When did I change the sand out in it? It's been a while. So I'm due to change it out. All right, let's do some book reading. Whew. Anything in particular you want me to look up? Otherwise, if not, I'm gonna do some hip stuff. I'm gonna do some stuff with my hip because I want to. But I'll read something for you guys also. Here's that lacrosse ball. We'll turn this off now. Set a 5-minute timer. All right. Salt water. But it's been maybe about more than 5 years. And so what happens over time is, just like the sand outside at the beach, right? What happens to the sand? How does it get more fine over time? It's just rubbing around. And that's what's happening with the pool. I'm getting a lot of sand infiltration into the pool, and it's very fine. It's like, it's not as granular as it used to be, where it filters out the stuff. So, yeah, we're getting a lot of sand infiltration in the pool this year, which is why it's been so difficult to keep it clean. But yeah, we got a fresh water setup. All right, so the lacrosse ball underneath my glute. Oh no, we're not laying down. You have to sit on it. Oh my gosh, right there. I sat right on that tight spot. We're gonna set a timer for 5 minutes also. Every 5 minutes. Boom. Okay. Start. Play. Oh my gosh. Salt water. That's what I meant. It's early still. Yeah. Now I've got a saltwater cell, which chlorinates the pool. It pulls the chlorine out of salt. From here, we're going to do a high glute smash as well. Going to a pain level of 8. Oh, that's an 8 right there. No higher. Otherwise, I'd be jumping up like that, right? Good morning, Red Bull. Thanks for stopping in. Red Bull, before you go, tell me how you were nice to someone yesterday. Joker, if you ever have trouble keeping chlorine in, check the stabilizer. Yeah, no, good idea. I usually just take my pool water to the pool store, and they test it for me and tell me what chemicals I need to put in there. Good to see you, Joker. Thanks for dropping in. I really mess with chlorine pools, testing pH, water level, and all that good stuff, which is such a pain. Yeah, right? Hey, Jason, do you want to test out the mic? Oh, yeah. Here, I'll do it right now. I forgot all about it. Let's put it up here. So you see it right there? I'm sure that because it's closer to my face, it will be good. I didn't like it here because it has a tendency to pull my shirt down and stretch it. The funny thing is, I'm a symmetrical person, so I feel like it's causing me to list and lean more to my left side already. The imbalance is bothering me. But But I'm sure it sounds even better than if it's on my hip or on the floor. Yeah? It sounds what better? It is somewhat better. Maybe if I change the angle of how it's pointing. Because it is a somewhat directional mic also, you know. Because I'm speaking this way, the sound waves are traveling that way. It's got to capture the side view, if you will, of the sound waves. Whereas if it were directly in front of me here, right, it's still catching, but it's directly in front. So the sound will change if I start speaking with my voice going that way. Can you hear a little bit of a difference? It might be a little bit quieter, not much, because I'm still speaking and it's right there, but better than it being so far away for one also. If I'm speaking this way. And of course, if I speak this way, it may be even louder, right? I think it sounds good. Thank you. Now we'll try it. We'll go here for the rest of the stream. Looking for that hot spot in my bum. Right there. Do some internal and external rotation of the knee to work those muscle fibers. We can hear you better now. It's closer to you. Yeah. Now I'm sure. And then we're going to switch sides here in about 30 more seconds. Ooh, wow. Oh my gosh. Tight. All right, switch sides. Cross ball underneath my bum. Oh, wow. Right on a spot. So internal, external rotation. Roll, roll. Yeah, the glute is a large muscle. So finding those spots to roll on is easy to do. The lacrosse ball is such a good tool. I put a link to some lacrosse balls if you want to purchase them from Amazon, or if you click on the screen, there's something that says view products on the left side. I think that the lacrosse ball is part of that list of tagged products. And once you find a spot, sit on that spot, pain level 8. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. Do some internal, external rotation on that spot. Once you are comfortable and want to move on to another spot in the bum, do it. Go to look for a pain level 8. Hold it. Move back on it. Oh my gosh. This is a good stretch or good pressure. Yo, what's up, Big J? Is that a Gran Torino? Good eye. That is a Gran Torino. 1973 Ford Gran Torino. Good to see you, BD Gaines. Thanks for stopping in. On mobile, you go to the three dots in the top right corner and go description, then see all the products there. Yes, I put it in two spots. I put it in tag products, and then I also put them in the description. Good call. Yes, yes. Do you use a Samsung or Android phone, or are you Apple? FPS. BD Gaines knows his cars. That's awesome. Do you have one also? You got a classic? You got an antique car? Now, my dream car, this is my son's car. This was actually the first car he purchased when he got his driver's license. Oh, someone's in the driveway. He's pulling up right now. It's the painter. Apple, nice. Yeah, I am for the majority of my electronics. The only thing I have that I use that's Apple is this iPad, which is great overseas. I'm gonna take a quick break from some mobility here. I gotta go let the painter in the house. You know, I'll let him ding dong because I don't want to wait around. You got a '56 Ford Fairlane and a 70 and a '78 Cougar. Oh, that's freaking awesome. Cougars are nice vehicles too. My next one, my next antique car. Once my son moves out of the house completely, he's in college now. Once he leaves and goes and pursues his career and buys his own house and has a place to store his car, I want to get a '69 Ford Torino Talladega. They only made like 400 of them, I think was the number, or 700 of them. Cool cars. Yes, yes. Good cars. Made of steel. They eat gas like crazy. All right, let's move on to the next one. When he ding dongs, then we'll go and take a break from stretching for a moment. All right, so the next one is high glute smash. We're gonna move this stuff out of the way. Because I'm gonna lay down on this here. So, and it's basically the ball is now going to go on my high glute, right? The higher part of my glute. And if I feel like rolling over to my back, then I will as well. Now, I love classic cars. It's always been my dream to own one. Which one would you want to own? Cool, Bell. Have you thought about that? Which one? I saw that quarter panel body line. I was 90% sure. BD Gaines, you are the only one that has guessed that it was a Torino. Of everyone that has seen it, you're the only one. So when you said Torino, I was like, this guy must be a car guy. He knows his vehicles. It's freaking awesome. All right, so now high glute on pause. Like I said, when he ding dongs, then I'll take a quick break. But I can hear him running his vehicle outside right now. So rolling back and forth. Across the grain of the glute. Reposition as you see fit. Raising my leg up to give myself a different angle and more pressure on it. Oh, found a spot right there. Holy cow. This is actually a good position to read the chat in from. A little easier. Especially one with a wide body kit. Oh, all right. Got to go on my appointment. Y'all take it easy. Liberty, real quick. What kind of a classic car would you want? Your dream classic car. Enjoy your appointment if you already rolled out, man. All right, so from here, I found a spot. I'm going to do some rotation again. All right, it went away quick. It went from 8 to 6, like instantaneously. Some muscles will release faster. than others. Whoa, what is that vehicle? The Holden Torana LC GTR XU1. I'm not familiar with that vehicle. Let's look it up. You know what? Do me a favor. Put a link to a picture of it. I'm not familiar with that vehicle. I'm not a huge car guy either, though. I'm primarily a Ford guy. Also, I do like some Chevys. I like the Corvettes, of course. How can you not like a Corvette? You know, the Camaro is a pretty cool one, also by Chevy. All right, rolling back and forth across the grain of the glute. All right, I'm gonna go and let this guy in because he's running his freaking vehicle way too long, and I'm starting to smell the fumes coming into the garage, and that's annoying. So I'll be right back. Santos, good morning.
Morning, boss. How are you?
Good. How are you? How come you run the car so long? How come you run the car so long when you're sitting here?
2 minutes, mate.
Smell the fumes coming into the garage.
Ah.
Yeah, I'm like, all right, I gotta turn the truck,
No,
the van
I
off.
feel like 3 minutes.
Yeah, no, I could smell it coming in.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh, you gotta tell them to shut off. Yeah, but what goes in through the
yeah.
smell. Good morning. What are you working on today? Where are you gonna start?
Finish the door.
Okay, yep.
Oh,
Very good.
yeah.
You by yourself today?
Nah.
Right. Somebody else tomorrow?
Just good today.
Yeah?
School, yeah.
All right. Excellent. Cool. All right. I'm gonna do Roger exercising.
Yeah, that's fine.
So thank you, Santos.
No problem. Thank you very much.
You got 3 Pepsis in the refrigerator that you guys put there.
Yeah, the
So-
Mexico, I remember when I'm on my way, saying, you bring them. Sorry.
So now it's all for you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're very welcome. Also, I'll be right there. Hold on. Let's see. Where'd you go? Oh, Santos.
Yeah.
Also, just so you know, right?
Uh-huh.
Your guys, right? Last week, used the bathroom upstairs, right? And didn't flush. So there's a big poop in the toilet. Flush. These toilets, they gotta flush it. So if they're gonna pee, there's pee all over the place. Also, so number 2, going back to that, if they're gonna pee, tell them to pee sitting down on the toilet. That way there's no cleanup. Make sense?
Okay. Sorry.
Do that, but number 3, only use the bathroom downstairs. No other bathrooms. So if there's only one place to clean up, there's only one place to clean up. Is that fair?
Okay, yeah.
I appreciate you, man.
Very much.
No, yeah, for sure. For sure. Thank you. You gotta let your crew. They represent you. And yo, crew. Do that. Just the bathroom downstairs here is the one that more upstairs or the side bathroom.
Okay.
That way it's easier to clean. Yeah. Thank you very much. So,
Thank you.
crew. What's up? guy, you know. And this also for the other clients that you'll have in the future.
Thank you very much. I got a question.
Yeah.
This is my bed.
Yeah.
This one can use UPN here.
No, because you know, because Tuesday, Wednesday morning they take the trash. You know what I mean?
Wednesday.
Wednesday morning they take the trash, but my can gets full. So that's you can't use it. It gets
fine.
full, yeah, with my trash.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
I use.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks. Yeah. All right. Good. Oh, hey, babe. I thought you were still upstairs. You want me to take it for you? Yeah. Yeah, you got it. Hey, babe. Morning. I'm Mike, by the way. Shit. All right, I'm back, chat. Let's see what I miss. Unbelievable. All right, hold on. Let me read the chat here. My wife asked me to take the trash out real quick. All right, we're gonna get back to this. Let's see here. The Holden Toronto LC. Okay, are you more of a wolf or a sheep? Like when I play Dungeons and Dragons, I guess maybe I'm a sheep when I play Dungeons and Dragons. I don't know. Trade unique cars. Let's see. Wow, that's a cool looking car. Cool, Bell. Is that the color you would want to get also? That purple. It's cute. Holden. Are they still available for purchase? That's the other question, right? All right. There. Okay. It was hard to find the exact one, but that's the most similar one. All right, nice. Better enough to use your toilet in the first place. I agree, Joker. I agree 100%. You know, I mean, I could be so, you know, mean to say, hey, you guys can't use the toilets at all. You know, I agree. Yeah, leaving a log at a customer's house is wild. The Greek, thanks for stopping in. Here, you know what? Let me read and massage at the same time. Multitask, right? I am, you know, I mean, I don't think I'm too demanding of a customer, of a client, but I do have standards, and I will uphold those standards. And you know, you convey those sentiments to your contractors appropriately. Guess what? Right? Let's see here. I would send them out straight away. Yeah, if they disrespect my house, then they are disrespecting me. Agree 100%. Unbelievable. It's common courtesy when going to someone's house. I agree with you 100%, Cool Bell. Yeah. Good morning, best brother. Have a blessed year, and may God watch over you and your family. May God watch over you and your family as well, best brother. I appreciate you saying so. Yeah, no, I give him a chance. I mean, the guy's giving me a good price on the services being provided. You know, and it's his crew. We're going to assume that it's his crew. And I've had one guy that I was this close to kicking out of the house one time that came here to do replace the windows last year because all he wanted to do is talk to us. It's like, dude, the other rest of the crew is working. How come you're just standing here talking to us? I was this close to saying that, and I didn't because I didn't want to offend him and the crew. I didn't know his personality just yet, and I learned it over time. But he was just yeah. Then he shows up late every day for the job. The rest of the crew's here. He shows up late. He drives a van. So I'm thinking maybe this kid's the owner of the company's son, and he's privileged, right? And then one day he shows up late. My wife made lunch for them, sandwiches and such. They all eat lunch. He shows up after everybody eats lunch. Could I have a sandwich too? I'm like, you showed up late. If you wanted a freaking sandwich, you should have shown up on time. Well, my wife, I didn't eat anything since breakfast, or I skip or whatever. And my wife made him a sandwich, which now he's also not working but eating his freaking sandwich. And then later on, I'm going upstairs to my office, and he's laying there. He's laying on the floor. I had stepped over him. I made a point to step over him. Get out of the way. Get out of my house is what I should have told him. You're fired. Idiot. Holding is not a thing anymore, but you can find them secondhand. Ah, okay, right on. If I was at someone's house for some reason, couldn't flush the toilet, I would die of embarrassment. Oh my gosh. Like in Dumb and Dumber. Remember that scene? Was it Dumb and Dumber? Or was it in Friends? They had a similar scene in Friends when Ross was wearing those tight leather jeans. He was so hot, and then they shrank, and he couldn't put them back on. Or there was another funny bathroom scene in Along Came Polly, Ben Stiller and Jennifer Aniston. Breakfast, what the heck is that? Says Joker. It is the first meal of the day where you break the fast from the previous night's meal. This is why my family do things ourselves instead of trusting contractors. Yeah. No, Cool Bill, we used to do things ourselves, but now that we're older, we're not as mobile. I've got a bunch of other things that I would rather be doing also. There are some things that I would just rather delegate to someone else to do, right? It's like the time that they're putting into doing this job, it's like it's I'd rather pay for it if you will. To me, it's a little bit worth it, but that whole thing with the bathroom debacle that you heard, that is unacceptable. But the guy's a nice guy. Let him. That was first warning. Oh my gosh. But yeah, now that I'm older, like I said, there's some things that I don't want to do. I'm not going to replace the windows myself. I don't know how to. Sure, I could look up YouTube videos on how to do it, and that would make great content. But also want it done what I think would be the right way. Number two, babe.
Yeah.
You okay?
Yeah. Just gotta throw something out.
Oh, come on through. You're cute. There goes my wife, chat. Hey, honey.
There goes my baby. I don't know the rest of that song.
I just noticed something that the door contacted that tire. What do you call it? But you hit the tire, and I was like, "Whoa! I thought it was higher than that. I wonder if it just came down over time."
Scaring me.
What? Oh, there's a snake in the trees.
That's not funny. Always looking out for snakes. Lovely.
Yes. Right. All right. Do things.
Bye.
Love you, babe.
Love you too.
Kukiana's here. Good to see you, Kukiana. Aloha. Happy Monday to you as well. Takes some experience to do Windows, but I would double check their work. Joker, I wouldn't even know where to begin double checking their work, other than, yeah, wouldn't even know where to begin. I just trust the company that did it for us. West Shore Windows is who came in and did our windows. They're actually going to come in to do our doors as well. The front door, the back door, and this door, which I wanted to be a red door, but I was vetoed. My wife vetoed me. No red door. There's the timer. Oh, the timer just stopped. Shoot. All right, let's keep on rolling out this glute. So this is a high glute smash. All right, we're massage using the lacrosse ball to roll across the top of my glute, looking for hot spots, sensitive spots. Thank you for saying that so cool, Belle. She is so pretty. She is. Just check the ceiling to make sure there's no gaps or cracks. Ah, yes. Okay. I did do that. I didn't notice any. And if there are any, I mean, we had them installed last year. The painters will fill in those gaps, I assume, since he said he would repair any gaps or holes in the walls and such when they do the painting. And the crew has done a very good job. The performance of their work has been great. Hygiene, it's a 1 or 0 at this point. If I had to give a star, it would be a 1. Out of 5 stars, work, great. Hygiene, 0. And it's like they barely speak English, so to me, they came from a third world country in South America, working on their green cards or visas or whatever that is, however they do it. The one guy, he speaks very good English. The guy I was talking to, the boss, but that's what I told him to do: talk to his crew so they don't do that crap again. All right, we're gonna switch sides. All right, high glute again, massage. Just roll across the grain. Roger that. I will do that as well. In fact, I may do that at some point this week. Wow, 9:18 already, chat. They're making windows out of wood now. It is transparent and much stronger. What? I don't understand. Windows out of wood. Oh, wow, that's tight. That spot. I was listening to a video the other day on YouTube on my way to work, and it said, yeah, when you're over 50 years old, the 12 reps max is no longer a thing. You saw me doing 12 reps the other day for some movements, and I listened to it, and some of it made sense. If you're trying to grow the muscles, right, where you get maximum hypertrophy is when you go to like 1 or 2 of your max effort to failure. So it's like, all right, so the solve is just go heavier weight and low reps, right, to get to failure faster. But I think that, and I didn't finish the video. I got to my destination and I lost the bookmark. But I was like, there's more to it. Oh my gosh. And clearly applies mostly to guys that are, 50 plus year old males. You young folk, cool, Bell, right? You recover from exercise a lot faster, from impact faster, exercise faster. Whereas that's why I'm trying to be smart about my exercising. They bleach the fibers out of the wood and then fill it with a transparent compound. Oh, really, Joker? That's crazy. No, it's wood. It's glass wood glass. So it's plastic, like transparent glass plastic. Oh, are they? They're getting closer to the what do you call it? The formula that Dr. Spock gave to Mr. Scott in Star Trek Four. I forgot what it was called. Star Trek Four, where they made some type of metal glass, transparent metal. And Mr. Spock's like, I'm giving it to you because we don't even know who invented it. Lol, yeah, this is Joker. You know what I'm talking about. Cool, Bill. You ever watch the old Star Trek movies? Oh, there it is. There's a spot right there. All right, we're gonna end this at 9:30 because I do got to get ready and go to work. I might actually work from home today. I'm not much of a construction person. I don't know what I'm talking about. No worries, Cool Bell. I mean, you know what? Learning something new every day. I learned something new just now, also about the what do you call it? About the wood fiberglass. All right, we are now going to do lower back since I'm here anyway. Lower back, rolling across the grain. On the left side. We're gonna go with the green now also. On the lower back. Had some lower back issues last night. So working them out now. Across the green again. You know, think about my conversation that I had with Santos about about the bathrooms. I think what I should have done, and you learn this over time through experience. Whenever you get a contractor come in a house, you set the expectation. If they're going to be here for a few days or a few hours or however long, right? Hey, if you need to use a bathroom, we'll let you use the bathroom. But hey, no bathrooms at all. You got a big truck, you can go in there. If you need to use the toilet to sit down and do number two, then there's a food line up the street. Set the expectations so that when the expectation is broken, you say, hey, this guy can't come in the house again. And go from there. But maybe that's simply what I need to do when I have contractors come to the house, because I've got something, like I said, I got contractors coming next week to do the doors. Yeah, it's next week. And then next year we're gonna have the kitchen redone also. So that's the next thing that's on that's the next big project, which will be a graduation present to my wife and I for our son graduating college. No more college tuition. I mean, I saved very well for my son's college tuition so that he would have the opportunity to go to any college that he would want to go to. And to us, that is what was important. That we give him the option to go wherever he wanted. If he wanted to go to college, and if he didn't, then that's okay too. But he did, so we're happy. Let's see. Let's read here. Metal glass. Yeah, it was an interesting time loop. Yep, metal glass. Shout out the over 50 crew. Shout out indeed, BD Gaines. Heck yeah. I've watched Star Trek, but metal glass. Yeah, they had to make this container, this aquarium. So basically, in I think it was Star Trek 4. Was it A New Hope? Where they went back in time with the USS Enterprise, turned the cloaking machine, or I think they hid the ship underwater, and they had to bring back humpback whales from the past into the future to save the Earth. And in order for them to do that, they had to build a metal glass aquarium that these humpback whales could go into, and then they could transport that humpback whale with the water into the future and repopulate the Earth and save the world. Theoretically, it can have the same atomic structure and still be transparent, I suppose. Perhaps. Wow, Joker, big words, my gosh. Lol. 11:23 p.m. My brain ain't braining. Lol, not really. And I'm not a science person. Well, I don't know. I beg to differ, Cool Bell. You're a chef, so you have to be a science person, right? You are changing the chemical makeup, the structure of your food to change the taste, to change the texture, change temperature, right? Change the taste. I think I said that already. So, chefing is sciencing. Chefing is sciencing. It's always been my one passion, Joker says. Spencer, congrats. Thank you very much. Well, I'm all cooking and tech in theaters, right? That's science. Yeah, cooking is science. And so something that I teach my STEM students all the time. And I say all the time because I'm going to do hip smash real quick. And my battery is starting to die on me here. Let me know as soon as you run out of juice on this microphone. And then I'll switch. We're gonna move it over here because I'm gonna be laying on my side. So let's see here. As you know, I teach a STEM program, right? So hip smash. We're basically starting out on our high glute again. High glute. And we're gonna roll onto the hip. Oh my gosh. This is something that is not worked on a regular basis. So this is really tight and it feels really good right now. I'm just laying on that ball on my hip. Breathe, right? All right, so what was I saying? I asked my students, my STEM students, because I teach a STEM program at iFly Virginia Beach. It's a field trip where the kids come in. I give a presentation about the science, about the STEM of indoor skydiving, of our wind tunnel. And STEM, do you know what STEM stands for, chat? If you know what STEM stands for, go ahead, put it in the chat. What does STEM stand for? I always tell the kids, it's not, they raise their hand, they say, it's science, technology, engineering, math. And I say, no, it's not. Does that person flying around in that side of that wind tunnel look like science, technology, engineering, and math to you? And I say to them, no, it looks more like sorcery, trickery, enchantment, and magic. And they get a kick out of that, of course. And no, you are absolutely right. It is science, technology, engineering, math. And I say to them, who wants to be a scientist? And then I follow up with every day you're being a scientist, a technologist, an engineer, or mathematician every day, because there's one thing that we all have in common. My degree is mechanical engineering. I've got about a Bachelor of Science from the U.S. Naval Academy and Bachelor in mechanical engineering. I could have had a minor or a double major had I taken like one or two more electrical engineering classes, but I didn't want to. I was not interested in academics at the time or learning stuff. I just wanted to fight, boxing, right? In fact, have you guys seen my boxing videos? If you've not seen my boxing videos, check them out on the YouTube. Another boxing video will go out this coming Thursday, Throwback Thursday. I'll be posting the 1997 National Boxing Championship Finals, where I fight the national runner-up at 119 pounds. I was a little guy back then. But science, technology, engineering, math. Exactly, Cool Bell. So, sorcery, trickery, enchantment, and magic. I focus on ratios. Yeah, I mean, too much salt can be bad, right? Too much sugar can be bad. Not enough sugar, right? There are chemicals that you're dealing with there. And I use that example though. I was like, all right, how many people here have cooked spaghetti, right? Because we all solve problems. That's what engineers do. That's what we do. We solve problems, and every day we are solving problems. Like when you cook your Pop-Tarts or you cook your food. So let's say and I tell them, Remember back to the very first time that you cooked your Pop Tarts or cooked noodles. How did they turn out? Some would raise their hand. I burnt mine. Mine were not warm enough for the noodles. They were too mushy. I burnt my noodles. Some were still crunchy. All right. And I would say, all right. And so maybe the second time you did it, were they better? Yeah, it was. How about the third time? Did you even better? Maybe the fourth time you said, let me add a little bit of salt to the water. Maybe add some olive oil to the boiling water while it's cooking. And they're like, oh yeah. Well, each chance, each try, that's an experiment. And that's how we solve problems, right? Sometimes you go backwards in the problems. Sometimes that recipe doesn't come out just right. But guess what? You're solving the problem of how to make your food eatable. Eatable, edible, eatable, edible, eatable, edible. I'll go back and forth with them. That's part of my act, right? That's part of the show. How to make your food tasty. And they get a kick out of it, but they understand. It's like, oh yeah, so I guess I am solving problems. Then I'll say, who wants to be an engineer now? I get more hands being raised. I've seen all the boxing videos. Thank you, Cool Bell. Like, comment. Like and comment. Don't forget. I'm a horrible cook, but you can be a better one. You know how to become a better cook. You can. I believe in you, Joker. If you could put a computer together, Joker, you can cook. Basics, right? It doesn't have to be anything complicated. I don't like cooking. I can cook very well. I just don't like it. My wife is, we're a good pair. She does the cooking. I do the cleaning. All right, let's see. Focus on ratios. I cook my understanding of the chemistry. I cook by understanding the chemistry. Okay, gotcha. Because you're a horrible cook. Hey, man, at least you're doing it, though. You're solving the problem of how to making your food good. All right, 9:32. We're going to roll this out a little bit longer. Feeling pretty good right now, though. Really mashing that hip that's really tight right now. Have a good day, Joker, as well, my friend. I appreciate you stopping in, hanging out. Let's do the other side. Let's put this bench back first. Maybe the other side. We will end soon because I've got to get ready for work. Okay. You too, Joker, says Cool Bell. High glute, and then we roll onto the side on my hip. And this one is not as bad as the other side. There's a spot right there, though. We're just going to sit on that for a moment. It doesn't look like I'm doing anything, just breathing. Yeah, we'll post finals on Thursday. Yeah, this was a very nice chat. Appreciate you, Joker. Appreciate you, Cool Bell. Is it Monday evening for you? So Tuesday morning is coming around the corner. In Australia, it's currently the winter for you, correct? I think we are on opposite seasons. The seasonalities are opposite. Like when it's winter for us, it's summer for you, correct? Do you get snow where you are in NSW? The first time you put NSW, the first thing I thought of was Naval Special Warfare, because that's an acronym for, the community that was Naval Special Warfare. So I was like, what? Oh yeah, holy cow. Rolling on this ball is freaking very good. Whew. It's coming into springtime. Oh, nice. Right on. Do you live near the beach? Yeah, that's right. You do live near the beach. I saw that video. That's your backyard. It's freaking awesome. I live 9 miles away from the beach, which is like what, 18 kilometers? Oh my gosh, right there. Tight. Let's go to the front of the hip. Same thing. Doesn't snow where I am, but there's a place I can go to snow, but it's like a 5 hour drive. Ah, okay. Do you guys have skiing or snowboarding out there in that snowy area? And have you ever been? I learned how to ski many years ago in the Poconos in Pennsylvania. And there was a snow slope in the wintertime near us. It was like an hour away where I would go and ski. And that's where I learned how to race. It was just like, it wasn't a huge slalom course, small hill, small mountain. I never got into snowboarding, only skiing. You've been snowboarding. Oh, right on. My son bought a snowboard a year or two ago, and I guess it was poor quality because it already broke. Maybe there's a crack in it. It's like that's what happens when you buy used stuff like that. I guess the person that sold it to him sold him a broken one or near breaking one. Oh my gosh! All right, I think I'm done. I really got to get ready for work now. Roll that over there. All right, chat. That's it for today. Good mobility day. You know what? Laying on my side like that actually caused a knot in my shoulder just now. Let's get the foam roller out and just roll that out for a second. Maybe even use the bean. But yeah. Oh. I'm gonna face this way. Good at surfing, so it's easy for me. The balance. Ah, right on. I am not good at surfing. I learned how to surf in Hawaii on the longboard, but that's all I'm good at. The shortboard, no. My wife used to surf the short guns. She used to be when in her younger days. She was a model for Body Glove. Got microphones. It just died. So that these microphones have about 2 hours of battery life, and then it needs to be charged up. So Mike died. Yes, indeed. So I think it's time for me to say adios to you guys. Thank you so much for being here, Cool Bell. Oh, you see that gray panel? I just noticed it in the background. I removed that yellow panel and painted it white. You could kind of see it in the background there. And once it fully dries, I might actually give it a second coat. But yeah, I'm going to paint that entire wall white because that yellow is just irritating me. Over time, it's a project, here and there. But thank you so much for being here. I will see you at some point during the day. I'm always trying to go live, more do-it-yourself stuff. I got to go to work. come back home, and then play on Fortnite, as you know. And then tomorrow morning we'll be back to stretching. But have a great day, Cool Bell. Have a great evening. Sleep well. Sweet dreams. Let's see. Who else is still here that I could say goodbye to? Joker left already. So thank you again, Joker. Spencer was here, says congrats. I don't know what he wants congrats for, but PD Gaines. I appreciate you guys. Have a good day, Jason. I'm gonna head to sleep. Sleep very well, Cool Bell. Sweet dreams to you. All right. Take care, everyone, and thanks again for being here. Thank you, Debbie. I just saw you. Thanks, Debbie. I appreciate you hanging out and lurking for a while. You're awesome. Thank you. The Debbiest of Debbies. That's funny. She said hello, and now she's saying bye.